If another CIO came to you today and said, I want to explore Copilot or AI in my manufacturing business, but I don't know where to start, what would be your first piece of advice?
Well, kind of like what we talked about here, you can start with things like Copilot, but if you actually are talking about what sort of projects that you would put some resources behind to do something a little bit more than general use case Copilot, I think the most important thing is twofold. One is you've got to start with education. You can't know where AI is a good fit unless you understand how AI works and what it can do. And so Microsoft has great resources for getting certifications. You can go through all these online classes for free that help you to understand, what is an LLM? How do you use it? How can you use these APIs? How can you use the Azure resources that are available for tackling this AI technology? And then even on the more business side, what can it do, and what are the use cases that would be useful? Because ultimately what you want to get to is identifying a business need that AI is a good fit for. That's the thing I keep coming back to and hearing from so many people is, instead of saying, what's your AI roadmap, or what is your AI, policy for this? It's got to be more about, what problems are you trying to solve, and is AI a good fit for it? Because there are some problems that really don't need AI. They are just a matter of automation, or there's something that really needs to have, custom code developed, or that there's just a turnkey product to be bought for. So, don't think you got to try to solve everything with AI, but looking for those problems that have been difficult to solve without AI, or that you find out that other companies have solved well with AI, and then say, okay, great, that's a project that would really make a difference for this company. It would make us more competitive, or it would help us to sell more products, or would save a significant amount of money that would, cut our costs, improve our profits. Look for those type of opportunities, and then, like I said, start small, take something scalable, and see what you can do. And then the other very important thing that I've found is, don't do a proof of concept that's just a demo. I think that's one of those things that maybe results in those 95% of pilot projects. If it's only a proof of concept and doesn't actually end up getting put into production, you aren't going to have any ROI on it. It's just going to be an idea. But if you can make that first project actually be something that can go into production and immediately actually be being used, then you can already show ROI on it. Whether you spent any money on it, or whether you managed to get somebody else to fund the pilot, either way, when you can show how this is making the company money, or how this is saving money by getting something into production, then you're gonna, it's gonna make a lot more difference at the board, as well as the fact of, now you've already got something in place that you can build on. And the next one is incrementally less work, because a lot of times there's just a lot of framework, a lot of tools, a lot of skilling that has to be done
Yeah.
just to get that first project. And then the others, a lot of times it's like, great, we've already got that. Now it's just extending it into this, or adding it to more manufacturing lines, or to another use case that uses some of those same technologies. And each one of those could be, less cost for an incremental benefit.
Yeah. So yeah, starts with educating yourself.
Mhm.
There's a lot of free resources out there. Get educated, understand what it can do, because only then can you start identifying where you could apply it. But the people closer to the problems that could be solved with AI would not be the CIO, right? Those would be people closer to the ground. Should
Exactly.
should there be a directive that they should be educated on AI as well, so they can have the ability to recognize problems and think, oh, I should talk to my CIO now because I think we can solve this problem with AI. Or yeah,
Yeah, I think it definitely is helpful. Whether or not I would ever get a directive for that, I don't know, but I think there's enough interest from them anyway. And this is something I've already seen start to happen, that people that are completely outside of IT are in a way becoming we get a little bit scared of shadow IT, but sometimes I get excited by it. If I know that someone who's completely outside of IT is going and they're learning, they're trying it, they're experimenting, they're even getting into areas that might involve a little more technical things, like they have to do a little bit of scripting or coding, or they have to use some of those tools to build things. I'm encouraged by that because once they get it, they're going to be much more able to say, hey, here's an idea that I have. And that's where we start looking at, okay, either sure, you can build that, or maybe, hey, maybe that may be outside of your capability to do yourself. But hey, let's work together on this. Use your idea, use what you've already done on proving your idea out, and then we'll work together to help bring the right tools and meet that need. But definitely having people get it and understand AI that are outside of IT will make my job way easier in the long run than every time me having to say, well, you've got that idea. Let me go off and think about it and see whether I can, solution it.
Yeah.